Hi everyone, welcome to Eclectic Coach. I'm Candace and I'm going to be doing your intuitive reading and what you need to know about love. And be sure to click like, share, and subscribe if you like it. And yeah, we'll just jump into the reading. These are supposed to be messages that Spirit is trying to get to you about your love life, your romantic relationships. And I pre-pulled these cards, and so I'm going to be kind of like looking off and grabbing them here. But let's just take a moment, take a big, deep cleansing breath, and we just invite Spirit into this conversation, that whatever messages are meant to come through that would be most truly helpful for everyone involved, we ask that they really land and that you give whoever's listening the skills, tools, and resources that they need to apply whatever it is that they need to do or experience to have the best outcome and the best experience. Okay, so what I got for you looking at your cards, this is definitely involving a relationship. What I'm getting is at one point you did feel like you were really on the same page and you were really seeing things eye to eye. And then what I'm getting is that maybe I'm getting some emotional disappointment, that maybe something just didn't go through the way it was supposed to, or the way that you thought that it would, or it had so much potential and so much promise, and that's really given you an opportunity to look at your beliefs and your feelings about worthiness and what you deserve and what you make familiar and what you make unfamiliar, and just really helping you look at your feelings of self-worth and who you even are, because ultimately you're a divine spirit having a human experience, and the trials and tribulations that you go through are all kind of part of the plan. So this is the vibe check to make sure that this is your reading. And in the past, I get that maybe you were trying to get out of a situation, or for some of you, and this is no shade or shame, but we're maybe trying to get away with something, or just not have to deal with something, but those plans didn't work. You tried to make a graceful exit. When I pulled these earlier, what I got was perhaps you were kind of trying to make a graceful exit, because I've got the Seven of Swords here, and yeah, but it all kind of blew up, and you were trying to get some details taken care of in sort of not a backhanded way, but just I'm hearing behind the veil, or just without having to deal with so much, and that kind of didn't work out. It led to, I'm getting for some of you, some confrontation that you didn't want to deal with, some drama that you didn't want to be a part of. You were trying to get out of the situation. For a few of you, and no judgment, but maybe if there was any dishonesty or any not revealing all the details from you or the other person, they came out, I guess, is what I'm getting from that. And then what's going to happen in the near future with regard to this dynamic is, I'm pulling the Hierophant here. So a traditional approach is going to be taken. Somebody with like authority is going to, maybe like a judge, if that applies to some of you, or it could be like a judge, or it could be some member. I'm hearing even like a clergy. Maybe they are commenting or making some sort of statement about this relationship and how it ended up, and there's going to be a final decision or like a verdict that's made about it. With regard to your subconscious beliefs, you're really trying to like clean house and really look at your ideas about what you feel like you deserve and attracting in a partner who's maybe just more suitable, who reflects your values, your goals. It's disappointing because there was a lot of hope and a lot of like love that was happening, and it felt like your cup was overflowing, and then somehow that got turned upside down, and now you're having to look at feelings of worthiness. It could be a fidelity issue, but this is causing you to do some subconscious deep cleaning. Maybe eating healthier foods that help you just feel more comfortable, more relaxed in your body. Maybe using food like medicine as a way to like nurture and heal yourself. I'm even getting for some of you, like even going through and honoring some of the things from your family and cooking certain dishes that really comfort you in a really healthy, supportive way. But you understand that whatever was happening in this dynamic, and I'm seeing it with another person, with the Two of Cups. So you've accepted that like some things need to change. So on a subconscious level, you're addressing even your relationship with food and possibly like fitness. You're accepting that things need to die off. Even if it's a dynamic that you want to maintain, things about it need to go and decompose, and the sun needs to rise again, and realize that whatever unhealthy thing that came up or unpleasant thing that came up is helping you really reflect on your deservingness and your worthiness. And when you change how you feel about what you can have, what you deserve, what you can ask for, what you can advocate for, and you start really taking care of yourself, allowing what needs to die, allowing the sun to rise again on a new day, and really seeing any sort of rejection as protection, this turns out to be a positive and uplifting thing in your life, even though it may not be a very pleasant experience that you've gone through. Because once you can claim what's important to you and what isn't, and what you deserve, then you're going to meet people, places, and experiences that reflect that and that show that to you. That's one of the things that I focus on a lot in coaching and in Oracle coaching is let's look at what you believe. And how do you know what you believe? Well, what do you do? What are your habits around this relationship? Are you watching tons of pick-a-card readings while you're trying to get over them? Or are you trying to get past something? Maybe there was a message that was given that just wasn't very nice, and you're feeling a little like hurt by it, a little frustrated by it. You know, that can really bring up some stuff that needs to be healed. And what's great is that can actually be healed. It means that the energy can rest very differently in and around your body and how you feel within your own nervous system. And what you're being guided to understand is that you have a lot of options in front of you, and rebalancing the masculine and feminine within you, the part of you that wants to build, that wants to create, that wants to do things in a schedule, in a very linear, structured way, and then the part of you that needs to rest, relax, rejuvenate, be open to creativity and expansion. So be aware of that. Also, some of the people, and maybe this was part of the issue, and for some of you, the argument was around money. So somebody in your environment is very focused on more feeling safe. So it's not just money, but it's also just a feeling around wanting to be in control, wanting to be on top of things. This person has a lot of energy. For one of you, this is two attributes in one person, like somebody who's very conscientious, very on top of things, very orderly, very on top of their money, very much on their mind, an about town kind of person, with a lot of physical energy, and who has like this inner authority that's like getting out there and wants to get things done. And perhaps this is the person that you've been kind of having some challenges with. So what I'm getting here is to trust that you are on the right path, and that as you attend to yourself, as you nurture yourself, and I'm going to definitely change this camera situation for the next one. I'm so sorry about this, those of you who picked piece number 1. But as you begin to trust your feelings and your dreams, and you're doing this inner work to clean out anything that's unhealthy, and instead to put in things that nourish you, and all having this be about a feeling of knowing that you deserve to be treated well and that you deserve the best in life, and you know that because of what you do. And that's what I was going to say, is that one of the things I really like to focus on in coaching is to look at what you do. That's going to tell you what you actually believe. And so what you're being guided right now around and to do within your love life, and specifically with, if this resonates with you, which I imagine that if you're still on it does, maybe there's been an emotional upset or a falling out, maybe a conversation that you were trying not to have and then it exploded, something. As you do what you need to do to take care of yourself, to stand up for yourself, to treat yourself well, you're reflecting, I deserve good things. I deserve all the good things in life. And so you can really reinforce that belief by going in, eating healthy food, letting go what needs to die, crying, allowing yourself to cry, to have your feelings, to mourn, to do different exercises like meditations to call back your power, do cord cutting, soul retrieval. All those things are so healing and so powerful. And as you do that, you're going to feel a deep sense of trust. And you're also going to notice, you're also being encouraged to donate and tithe and do charitable work. So maybe if this has been in the extreme, working with other people who've also been in challenging relationship situations, maybe other people in your spiritual community, maybe just other people in general, like sticking together, helping each other out, joining like a Facebook service group, something like that. But you might also want to give away some like donations or just items and specific things around your house that are like holding on to this energy that you don't want reflecting in your space, and what you're creating and what you're cleaning out and what you're allowing to die and fall away. And so that's what you've been guided to do. And as a result, I just want to get like, how are they going to be feeling as a result of this? Okay. So I got the 5 of Wands, or Swords, excuse me, which typically denotes this one person, depending on how I'm looking at it. Sometimes it looks like he's smirking, sometimes it looks like he's still angry or he's hurt about it. But you might be walking away from this situation kind of feeling just like there were no winners, like it was exhausting. You are being guided to whatever the circumstances, whatever happened, however emotionally disappointed you feel. Do like a psychological shutout. Put the sword down, put the thoughts down, get really in your body. And what I'm hearing to tell you is that if you're holding on to anger, that kind of anger will bind you. Yes, you want to get your fair share of things. You want to advocate for yourself, but just not at the price of your peace and your well-being. And so if there are still angry feelings, or if there's feelings like this person is just like walking away and everything's fine with them, but you're really struggling, that's not for you to figure out. The only person's peace that you can have is just, you might feel like they're walking away all smug, like they got away with something. Just manage your own peace and focus on increasing your sense of worthiness and a feeling of deserving. I'm looking for my other cards here. Okay, one more card. A lot of mental activity, a lot of swords. So this might be causing you to be sitting quietly and softly, thinking, choosing between different options. And what I'm getting is that at some point, you're just going to have to decide. So you don't have to make that choice and that decision all by yourself. Make sure you pray. You can pray for a sign, you'll get one, but just trust, and you'll know which way to go. You'll know, okay, I gotta set down one of these swords, I gotta make a decision. But I'm getting just to tell you that you will be guided where to go, what to do. That's why you don't want to have the anger going on. You want to let that go. And I hope that this was helpful, and I'm going to leave the reading there because it's going on longer than my readings typically go. But yeah, I hope you do that belief work, and I hope that you realize that you deserve the best, and it is all going to work out. So just try to get more into your body and your sense perception to let go of those thoughts if they become super intrusive. And I'll see you in the next reading. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in my services, there's a description in the box below. Thanks. Hi everyone, welcome to Eclectic Coach. I'm Candace, and in this video I'm going to be doing your reading. I'm kind of all over the place today, but we're going to be looking at what you need to know about love. So for those of you who picked piece number 2, let's just jump into your reading here. And I just burned this. But we're just going to take a deep breath, and we're going to invite Spirit and the angels and your guides to come in, and we just ask that only messages that are truly helpful for everybody involved will really land, and that you will know what is meant for you and what isn't. And we thank you for all the love and support that is going to be coming through this reading. And amen. Thank you. Okay. So for those of you who picked piece 2, this is just an energy check to kind of see where you're at. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Cups in reverse. So yeah, maybe there's been some disruption in your family, in a family unit, in a close group of friends, where you experience a lot of love, but usually in a family or in a marriage. So you might be having some difficulties. I'm hearing just like maybe some difficulties around like finances and feeling stable and feeling like the ground is comfortable beneath your feet. Okay. And what is crossing them? Okay. So there's somebody in the mix who is very authoritarian. We've got the Emperor here, and this person is maybe being just a little too domineering, ruling his household with an iron fist. Now this can apply to a male or female, but just somebody with a lot of aggressive, dominant, masculine energy is something that I'm seeing here. So if it takes, and if it resonates, then take it, and if it doesn't, then maybe this isn't your reading. But for those of you who picked pile 2, and what I'm seeing in the cards specifically is just that there's been some disturbance in the family unit. And somebody got very defensive. So maybe there was like a fight, or there was some arguments. For some of you, I'm hearing it caused you to become very defensive and feel like you're kind of alone and on your own in all this. But the good news is you got the Star upright. So for your next experience that is about to happen here soon, you're going to just be feeling more comfortable in your body. You're going to feel safer to be more in the open. And also I'm getting that, so for some of you, they may have just been angry and frustrated with things having to do with life and just circumstances. And you guys are going to make up, and you're just going to be feeling very beautiful and in your feminine energy, if you're a feminine watching this. Or there's just what I'm getting is a lot of hope and uplifting energy. So you're coming out of maybe like an uncomfortable conversation or a situation where you felt like restricted, or somebody was trying to be overly controlling, and maybe you were the one trying to be overly controlling and getting defensive and feeling like I've got to pick up this wand and I need to make it the way that I think that it should be, or this person's thinking that way. But they're going to be moving, I don't know, maybe it is the astrology that's going to be positively affecting them or you. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take that off. Uh-oh. I don't know. But I'll have to be more aware of that. You're just going to be feeling happier and like freer, like when you go outside and you just feel really connected to nature and just comfortable in your body, you know, like when you've had a hard moment. And yeah, so I guess it started playing again. But when you've had a difficult moment and yeah, for whatever reason, you just start to feel better. You're just being encouraged to have hope that the stars are going to align and you're going to just feel better. So I've got the Hierophant here. And so what I'm getting is you just were like, you had a moment of just like common sense, like a judge. Like, all right, I'm either going to just stop being upset by this or allowing this to affect me and my mood. I'm not going to give in to the demands of a person who's not talking to me with respect and or anything like that. But I'm also not going to deal with any nonsense. Like, and I got something about just on an intuitive level about this, like the wise part of you, the traditional common sense, orthodox approach is just like, get some good sleep, get some good food, don't get involved in ego battle disputes that aren't going to go anywhere. And you thought that on a very conscious level. What I'm just getting with this, it's just my eyes are drawn to his hand. It's just like, no. I'll let you know. I'll let the court know what I'm going to do. I've made up my mind. I'm clearing my mind. Okay, so on a subconscious level, I don't know, you just found like your mojo suddenly, all of a sudden. So if you haven't felt like that, you are going to feel like this soon, where you just suddenly feel energized and enlivened, and your mind suddenly feels clear, and you're just going to move into this very hopeful, yeah, I'm going to take these, hopeful thing on the bottom of the deck. And what I'm getting here is the Magician. You realize you create your own reality with your thoughts, and you're just not going to be letting this get to you. You're not going to be like diving into the problem and getting all this problem energy in your system. You just decided that you're going to choose where you focus your mind. And again, my eyes are just drawn to this person who's holding up this wand. It reminds me of the Hierophant and how he's just like holding up different tool, just like, no, silence, not doing that, not dealing with that. So if it's the emails, it's like, no, I'm not responding to that. No, will not be engaging in that. If it's like petty conversations that are just going to cause a fight, nope. Obsessing, ruminating, nope, not doing that. You're going to focus all of your energy on what you want and what feels good to you and what's healing for you, and you're going to stop getting in the energy of the problem and trying to hammer it out from that position. And you're just going to feel so like grounded and in your own element is the next like event that's going to be coming up around your love life. You're going to feel very beautiful, and it's very likely that you're going to be making up with this person. But let me see. What else is going to happen here? Nope, fell on the floor. Fell on the floor. Not taking those. I took the other ones. I'm not taking these. Yeah, I got the deck and the Lovers upright. So yeah, a few of you are going to be having some really fun makeup time if there has been a fight. So that'll be something for you to look forward to. And congratulations on that. That's the majority of what I've got to tell you about what's happening here. Let's see. I just want to get a few more cards just to keep this positive momentum going, and the likelihood that you'll just make up and have a good change of experience. How to make sure that happens. Spirit, please tell us how to make sure that happens. Yeah, so you're going to pay yourself first. Make yourself the most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you have the savings to invest in your present and your future. So what I'm really getting about this is really attend to whatever you need. Stand up for yourself if you need to, that's fine. Feel confident in who you are. If you need to have a challenging conversation, maybe fix your face, maybe put on some makeup, if you need to have, just get in that energy of feeling good and taking care of yourself, and realigning yourself with what you need. And that's going to keep this going. So instead of being drawn into people-pleasing patterns or anything like that, remember, halt, what they say in Al-Anon. Am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired? Ask yourself that a couple times throughout the day. Because sometimes when we have fights or we want to go and get involved in the problem and have all these conversations about it, sometimes it's okay just to let things ride and realign your focus back to yourself, your own self-care, and whatever you need to do to maintain that. And then one more card. I guess I got two. take a divinely guided chance, and positivity, faith, and optimism. So for a few of you, what I'm getting specifically about your love life is like, take that chance by just doing something small, like put on that great outfit that you have. Make an invitation, make a dinner reservation, take a chance that you don't know would happen to, connect and communicate with your partner in a way that's not like overly grabby, but just like, hey, hello, I'm here. And something positive will come out of doing that. Like, make some plans for you guys to do something, wear something beautiful. Like, even if you would normally feel like maybe a little self-conscious, like, take that extra time to set aside a little bit of money to do. Now, I know that not everybody has the option to do this, but you can like prioritize, brushing your hair or putting on your makeup or doing whatever that's just going to make you feel strong and empowered and beautiful. And this positivity and this faith is going to help you take this divinely guided chance and ensure that this goes very well for you. I'm excited for you. So have fun, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you like the reading, and I will see you in the next one. Hey everyone, I'm Candace. Welcome to your reading. This is Eclectic Coach, and in this we are going to look at what you need to know about your love life and what Spirit is guiding you to know right now about that. So Spirit, we just invite you into this reading. We ask that any messages that would be truly helpful to the listener come through and land, and that you give them all the faith, courage, and whatever they need to bring it forward. And we just thank you for your presence and your love and your support. Amen. So for your group number 3, what you need to know about love. Okay, so I've got the 5 of Swords in reverse. And so, but it's in reverse. So what I'm getting is that you may have been getting over a 5 of Swords, like a conflict, some sort of event where, you just had something come up and people are hurt and people are walking away, and one person kind of feels like they got 2 swords. Other people are just like leaving their stuff and getting out of it, and I just kind of feel like that's where you're at, is just like a feeling of just being over it, just being done with this fight or whatever happened. And this could be, let's see who this may have been with to do your energy check. Okay, so something is like really, really ended, and you've seen me just shuffle the cards, so there were similar messages in the last reading, but yeah, it's been a while. It died, it's over. Sometimes some thoughts come up about it regarding your love life, but for those of you who this is resonating with, it's like basically you feel like it's done. So okay, that's a good thing, like what's next? What's next that you're going to create in love? I'm doing the spread differently for each of you, but so what I'm getting is that you might still kind of be in this energy of feeling stagnant, surrounded by your thoughts. But this card is actually a great card because, yes, that might be how you feel. But first of all, this is just an energy reading, so you can pre-mitigate that. But if you do feel, these are messages about love, so if you do still feel kind of trapped or stuck, even though like you know that it's ended, you know that you've moved on, you know that it's over, but somehow you still feel trapped and stuck by it, it's a great card because she can take the blindfold off. The bandages are loosely tied, and she could step away from these swords. So just know that at any time, like, yes, you do feel sad about what happened and that it's over, and maybe what I'm getting for some of you is just there's this valley of like sadness, like you just feel sad. That's just what it is. And a new day is going to rise. I'm getting to tell you that as well. So I want to ask for you, what can get you out of this stuck energy? Like, what is it that would get them out of feeling stuck? Okay. So I got declutter, and I normally don't ever read these in reverse. So yes, declutter if you feel like you need to go through and get rid of old stuff that reminds you of this fight or this situation, or you just need a fresh slate. But if you find that you're cleaning too much as a way to avoid what you need to be doing, and you're ruminating, and it's a part of like this pattern or this process of like cleaning obsessively or moving things around from pile to pile, or you know that there's times when we clean and it's productive and we walk away from that cleaning session just feeling so alive and happy. But there are other times when we're just ruminating and procrastinating while we're cleaning. And if you're overdoing it with the cleaning and the decluttering and the going through things and sorting what's gone, then you got to stop with the cleaning and the organizing. Okay, what else? So I'm getting to really just start really small, start looking around your room or the smallest thing in your environment, because I'm drawn this windfall of abundance. So what I'm getting is start small about the things you're grateful for and think about your abundance and start naming them in your mind. Like, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that I like the coffee that I chose this morning. I'm grateful that I picked a good spot in the restaurant. I'm grateful that my friend called me today. Like, just any little thing, and start on a rampage, like Abraham Hicks, a rampage of gratitude, and start with all the small little things in your life, and the most immediate things that have happened the most recently. And then there's going to be like this windfall of abundance of like positive, uplifted, good feeling energy, and that's going to help you get out of this stuckness, because it's really just habituated thinking that's around love, and then you have all these limiting beliefs now as a result maybe of the harsh words that were spoken in what is no longer even really feasible or viable anymore. So going through and listing all the things that you're grateful for is a great way. Start on these rampages: rampage of abundance, rampage of gratitude, rampage of listing all the positive attributes you like about yourself. Rampage of satisfaction for where you are in this exact moment. I like the lighting. I like the temperature. I like that I get extra free time. Just going through and listing over and over is going to help. I'm hearing, even for some of you, rewire your brain. It's going to help you see things differently. Okay. I'm hearing something about getting back on solid ground. So you're not like stuck in the mud. You don't feel stuck in the mud. What else do they need to know about love right now? Okay. I felt like I should turn this around. And the last card got this one as well. But you got the Star card. And so what I originally pulled it upside down, and then I just automatically started moving it upright. So as you begin these rampages, that's just further confirmation. And as you go get out in nature, and if you can get near a physical body of water, like go by a stream or something like that, put your feet in the water, drink a lot of water, I'm getting. Go breathe fresh air, go look at the stars at night. And as you go do this from this nice space, from this other more elevated place, just start looking around and listing all the things that you love, all the things that you're grateful for, all the things. Just do these rampages is what I'm getting to tell you very specifically. Yeah, and that's one thing that I love to do in coaching, is to get people going on a rampage, get people going on a love list, just without thinking, list over and over, and then let the feeling sink in and not get distracted, because you want to be doing that for at least 68 seconds to shift where your mind is going. What about how to attract in a good love situation? I'm pulling all the same cards today. I also pulled this in reverse. So clean energy food. So what I'm getting about the clean energy food is, yes, it is always a good idea to eat healthy, clean energy food. That will always make you feel better. That is just the way that it is. But sometimes it's just fun to not do that. So trust your own intuition on that. Do you need to treat yourself to something food-wise that's just fun and that you like, and ease up on yourself? Or do you need to clean it up and clean up your diet? Only you know. So I'll leave that to you about that. But that's a way to start attracting in more love and abundance into your life, is just by looking at your diet. Are you being too strict? Or are you being too lax? Okay, what's next? And the Magician. I swear, these cards, they just keep coming out. So get intentional about what you want to create. Incorporate maybe some ritual in what you're trying to create. A ritual around how you put on your makeup, how you do your hair. A ritual around how you adorn yourself with jewelry or perfume or things like that. Really getting intentional, getting really present when you do it is what's really important. You can use symbols, you can use effigies, you can use metaphors, you can use different totems in your environment to help you commemorate certain things, symbolize certain things, like this wand obviously is about power and intention and focusing your wand through this physical item. I'm just being really drawn to the tools. So use all your tools for manifestation, all the things you already know about how to manifest, about the importance of meditation, the importance of thinking positive, the importance of rampages of appreciation and abundance, standing up straight, fixing your body posture, scripting, visualizing, saying your affirmations, calling in support from the higher realms, working with flower essences, all the things that you could possibly do, do them. And this is going to draw in more love and more connection into your life. So I hope you found that to be helpful. This was a little bit shorter of the readings, but that's just what's coming through. So the power is within you. I swear, you don't need another reading. What you need is just to get that good energy flowing, and then you're going to feel a visceral shift, and then it's going to click in, and then something good's going to happen in your love life. And so really get into that energy of love and romance or fun and play or whatever energy related to romantic love that you would like to have. Get it going, activate the frequency. But if you're feeling low and you're feeling blue right now, just start by just trying to make yourself feel a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and really align your focus to what you want instead of what you don't want. Anyway, I hope that that's helpful. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And if you're interested in working with me, there's a link in the description box below. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm Candace with Eclectic Coach, and for those of you who picked piece number 4, these are messages about love and what you need to know. In the last couple of videos I've been like staring down, and so I'm going to try to keep my head up a little bit more. But let's just do a quick energy check before I forget. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more content that I create. And okay, yeah. Let's say a quick prayer. Dear Spirit, we invite you into this reading. We ask that all the messages that come through serve the highest and best good for everybody involved. We ask that you give whoever's listening the power, energy, and resources and whatever that they need, and the support to carry out whatever you suggest. And we just thank you for this time. All right, so quick energy check. You're walking away from something. Sometimes when I look at this card, somebody is looking away kind of and leaving with a heavy heart. But I feel like a lightness about this, like a summer night, something about, walk on the beach, summer night. And yeah, they're just walking away from something emotional. And they're embracing nature, and they can see the ocean and hear the waves, and so maybe you've just recently had some situation like that in nature where, I'm going to take this. Yeah. It's just like, okay, this is what it is, and you're at a place with some peace about it. It's a wheel of fortune. It was bound to happen. Something was bound to happen. And there was just some twist of fate, something that happened that was kind of beyond your control, that kind of called this decision for you. And it's caused you to go for this, I don't know. I'm just seeing this walk, you're going for this mind-clearing walk, and you're coming to peace and to terms with whatever has transpired and whatever part of it you need to walk away from. I'm going to pull another card. Yeah, and now you're like, okay, that was something. And maybe a few of you are sad and feel disappointed and are leaving with a heavy heart. Others of you are just in much more of a place of acceptance about it. And your eyes are on, okay, well, what's new? What's new in my life? What am I going to pursue? You've got a feather in your hat. Something about that, like you've got like a lucky feather. Maybe you have like a lucky item. And just like a charm or something that you keep with you, a skip in your step. And you're ready kind of to just lightly check out your other options and what else is growing and what else is coming into your awareness and what else is, I'm hearing, budding in your environment. Okay, so how do they keep this lightness, this light tone going on? This light, bright feeling. To maintain in love. So you might have an employment change. Yeah, so this is a very specific message for someone here that it's like, okay, I'm having to walk away. This job is really important. I am going on this new adventure to this new place, this new job, this new thing. And some of you need an employment change to maintain this just happy. You need to choose something that's just like a little bit more in alignment with what's going to work for you and sustain your energy. And you know that in love, it's what's going to happen is meant to happen. What's right is what's right. And yeah, maintaining this idea of, I guess, just faith in the universe, just faith in your path, faith that you're being guided, faith that there's support, and that anyone or anything that is meant for you will happen for you. So you don't need to chase after it, and you know the futility of that. It would just run away. So instead, you're just choosing more of alignment rather than trying to force things that aren't working. And that's going to keep you in this high vibration, this light state, this joyful, anticipating the good that's happening. I'm getting donation and tithing work and charity work. Yeah, what I'm getting is, and this is in reverse, so maybe what I'm hearing is just pay some attention to yourself if you've been giving a lot. Like if you feel called to give, definitely do that. If you're on a tithing schedule, definitely maintain that. But just really focus on yourself, your bright, shiny future, and visualize abundance in all of its forms. You have this amazing spiritual power, and it's listed in my services if you want any support with that. But just to hold a vision of what you want to create, and to hold that and to make it crystal clear in your mind, to make it emotionally salient, and to visualize it for about 5 minutes at least every day, and see yourself having the love that you want, the things working out on this new path that you are embarking on. For many of you, I'm getting that this is like a job thing specifically, and maybe that's why you need to walk away from this person. And for a rare few of you, you're walking away from a job that's not aligned to align with the right person. But for many of you, you're just like, okay, this is where we are. I'm going in this direction. I'm excited to start out with something new. You gotta kind of focus on yourself for a little bit. You know that you don't need to chase anything. And yeah, you're embarking on like a whole adventure. That feels kind of exciting. It's like I like that energy that you're in. Let me pull some tarot. Okay. So I got the World and I got the Empress. So yeah, so what I'm getting is you might be called away from home to a new place, to a new adventure. You're being called to complete something or just settle some stuff up. Yeah, so this might take you on an adventure. So this is somehow, I know we came here for a love reading, this is related to your love life and maybe a specific person that you're having to walk away from. But let me see. What are some other specific messages you have about love? I'm not going to take those. Not taking that. Flipper's only right here. 1 or 2 cards, please. Yeah, so you might be focusing on, that's interesting. Okay, so you're in this energy of openness and not chasing and allowing. And you might just meet somebody and they might just be so fun. And you might just be like just on the right page. You're on this like little adventure out here. And you meet somebody. What I'm getting, there are times when you're super focused on like your friend group and stuff. You might just have a little bit more open time and open space to explore this connection with this new person. Now that you are in this, I just keep getting open and expansive energy. And you being in like some sort of different place, maybe for a job or something like that. Or you walking away from a job to be close to a person, or walking away from a job that was like also a group of friends to be close to a person. But either way, you're attracting it. You're not trying to chase it. And I'm also getting that, yeah, it's okay for you to keep like little things that are special and important to you. Minimalism is great, but some things do bring you joy, so you can keep those. I don't know why that's coming through. But I'm just also getting like if you move to a new state for a job, for example, and you maybe don't have so many friends, you might just be in this open space to like just meet somebody great, meet somebody new. So I hope that this was helpful, and I just want to ask a little bit about what you can keep in mind to keep this when you meet this. Can we get any information about this person? What are they like? What's up with them? So they're very attractive and confident, and they have like a dynamic career, and I'm drawn to this one character in particular. Like they're just having a great time getting in it, they're very much motivated and focused, and they look like they're having a great time with this whole 5 of Wands situation. Like she looks like she's smiling and happy to be there and happy to be in the mix. And this is a person who's very capable on their own, speaks up for what's important to them, is passionate about charity, helping other people, showing up and getting in the game of life so that they can show up and help other people. They've got like a very thriving family life or a thriving social life. I'm getting if they're a mom or they're a dad, they are like great at their role, and they don't have a problem getting out there and competing because they're good at what they do. They have this great vibrant attitude. They can also work independently on their own. They have a lot of physical energy. They're going to bring a lot of just I'm hearing vitality to your life. vitality to your experience. And this is the type of person that you can keep your eye open for. They're very attractive. They're very cute people, I'm getting intuitively. And they're a little fierce too. So anyway, I hope that that was helpful for those of you who picked piece number 4 about messages around your love life. And if you're interested in doing private coaching with me, I'll never solicit you, but there's a link in the description box below if you want to do intuitive oracle coaching and follow through on your own intuitive guidance and see some major breakthroughs and really get clear on your own ability to sense and see and feel the guidance that's always around you. I would love to support you in that journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next reading.